Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and I have a first look at this OnePlus One. And this device is also called as the flagship killer. And the interesting thing about this device is the pricing. Though it has mid-range pricing, but the specs and everything are kind of high-end. And many of you might be asking, how did I get this unit? In fact, the OnePlus One team contacted me and they asked me if I would like to do a review for you guys on my channel, and I accepted that. And after a few weeks I received this, and I got the Sandstone Black variant. That's the 64 gig variant. And some of you might also ask about the OnePlus One launch in India. Yes, there are a lot of rumors that the OnePlus One is officially going to launch in India, and in fact Times of India, which is a very big newspaper, also ran an article that OnePlus One might be soon coming to India and they'll price it very aggressively. I'll have the link for that article in the show notes. But as of now, at the time of shooting this video, I have no info regarding the launch dates or the pricing for the OnePlus One as of now for India. So let's do a quick unboxing and have a look at this OnePlus One now. So this is the main box for the OnePlus One. We also get this extra box in which we have actually the power adapter. We'll come back to it a bit later. And we just have nothing over here. It just says OnePlus One. And on the back it gives you says that it's the 64 gig variant. That's the Sandstone Black. OnePlus One also makes one more variant. That's the 16 gig variant, and it also says that it has Cyanogen mod and it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. And it says this is the global variant and it supports LTE, GSM and WCDMA. So let's open it up, and again I have to say the packaging is very impressive. And as I was talking about the pricing earlier, the pricing of this device, at least in US, is very attractive. The 16 gig variant comes for just $300 US, and this 64 gig variant comes for $350 US. So this is the box. So there is a box within the box. And here we have the actual unit itself. So packaging is very impressive. Let's just lift this and the handset comes out. I'll come back to the handset a bit later. Let's quickly look at what else do we get. Underneath this, this is interesting. So we have a nano SIM adapter. So this is nice to see we are getting that if you have a nano SIM. And this is the data cable, USB to the charging cable actually, and it's a flat type. So again, very interesting. And this is the SIM ejector tool that we have. Again, everything is packed actually very nicely, so it looks like very premium packaging considering the price that you're paying. So this is the SIM ejector tool. So let's quickly look at the device itself. I'll keep this to the side, and here we have, and it says that the SIM tray can come out. And let me just zoom in a little bit, and let's peel this off. And we have the device itself. Feels actually very solid in the hand, and this sort of this velvety finish. It gives actually a very good grip, I would say. It's not the smoothest, but it feels very different, and it just says OnePlus One over here, and it says Cyanogen mod, and this is the 64 gig variant. I believe the the 16 gig variant has a white backing. And let's take out the SIM. I think so. Here is the SIM tray. Let's put that. Let's take this out also. So very impressive packaging. This is the SIM ejector tool, and let's take out our SIM tray, and it just pops, and I accidentally powered on the device itself. So let it boot. We'll put our SIM card also in this one. And one thing you need to note is that we don't get any a micro SD card. So the storage is what you get. So you got to decide you want the 16 gig variant or the 64 gig variant. So let's put this back, and it goes in like this, and we'll continue. So this will be the first boot, and it says welcome to Cyanogen mod. Let me keep this to the side, and we'll just continue. And it's going to our Wi-Fi networks now, and it supports both the 2.4 gigahertz as well as the 5 gigahertz band. So let me just quickly just connect. And though the phone is actually pretty big, it sports a 5.5 inch screen. That's a 1080p screen. We'll set up our Google account later on, and we can also set up our Cyanogen mod. And it's just GPS satellites, whatnot. Let's enable that. and we can personalize, it says, and we can use. The good thing about this OnePlus One device is that it has these physical buttons here, but if you don't want, and if you want virtual buttons, you can do that. For example, let's use virtual buttons. And now, as you can see, now we got the virtual button. So you can toggle between the virtual buttons or the physical buttons. So that's pretty nice. And it says that we can use themes. So we'll use that one. And it automatically detected that we were in India. And it says our phone is ready to set, move on. So it's done, I guess. Let's hit finish. Yes. And it'll look like very stock Android interface, I would say. But there are a lot of modifications being done by CyanogenMod. And let's actually look. And regarding the specs, here also the specs are almost top notch, I would say. It's powered by a Snapdragon 801 chipset, which is a quad-core processor. Comes with 3 gigs of RAM, and it has Adreno 330 GPU. So the specs are also very good. And again, it has 64 gigs of internal storage. So this is what you get, and it says it already saw an update. But let's look at the settings. We have quick toggles over here, and if we touch this, we do get to the traditional settings. And let's just go there, and let's look at about the device. And as you can see, out of the box, it's coming with Android version 4.4.4. And it says we already have an update, and OnePlus One has promised that this device will soon be getting the Android Lollipop update also. I'll apply this update later on, but let's just go back and let's look at the actual storage. This is the 64 gig variant that we have, and out of that 64 gigs, the available space that we have is 54.62 gigs. But do remember that this device does not support the micro SD card slot. So the storage is what you have. But again, this is plenty of storage in my opinion. And looks like it will also support USB OTG. We'll test that when I do my review. And if we go to, obviously it has everything like the auto brightness sensors and all the sensors. If we go to the brightness, as you can see, it has the auto brightness sensor. Right now it's on that. And it has a lot of options, and actually you can install a lot of themes. You can actually customize almost any aspect of this device. That's the beauty of CyanogenMod. I won't go into depth regarding that, but let's quickly actually look at the camera, the rear facing camera. And it also has a dual LED flash. It also has a secondary microphone over here. But actually before that, let me actually give you a physical overview of this device. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and across this device, we have this metallic ring, which actually gives it a very premium look in my opinion. And moving towards this side, we have the power on off button, which is actually pretty small. And on the bottom, we have the two speakers and the main microphone, the micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. And moving along, here we have the volume rocker, and this was for our, micro SIM. Again, as I told you back, again it gives that OnePlus One branding, and we have a front facing camera. And let's just unlock this device, and this screen is a 5.5-inch screen, which is a IPS grade screen, and it's a full HD. That's a 1080p screen. And again, as I told you, the buttons, I'm using the virtual buttons, but we can also switch on to the physical buttons if you like. So customization is the highlighting factor of this device. And again, it has almost the top-notch specs. Let's actually, before I end this quick unboxing, let's quickly have a look at the camera also. And let's also look at this. The charger comes inside this one. So this is the charger that we get. So we do get the white color charger, even though it's the sandstone unit that we have. And regarding the ampere rating, it says the output is 2100 milliamp hour. That means it's 2.1 amps. So let me keep this thing to the side, and let's quickly also look at the camera of this device. And let's fire up the camera, and here we have the camera. So let's fire it up, and it says remembering the location, etc. Let's do that, no problem. And we have that familiar touch to focus, as you can see, and we can quickly take the snaps. Once it's focused, there is almost no shutter lag in my opinion. Let's bring in this object, and let me just take a snap, and let's zoom in later on and see. and I believe you can change the modes very easily like this. And the camera does offer, have read that, a lot of options. So I will be testing all these options later on, and I'll actually make a dedicated video regarding the camera performance. Let's quickly look at the snaps that we took right now. Again, as you can see, I'm zooming in. Then also there is quite a bit of detail in the picture. Let's move to the next one, this one. There is slight noise in the picture, but looks pretty sharp. As you can see, I'm zooming in. Again, I'll be testing the camera a lot more. So that's it for now for this very quick unboxing and first look at this OnePlus One. I'll also be producing a lot more videos on this OnePlus One. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.